A few weeks ago, I asked on an area Facebook page, what do you wish you would have known about moving to Texas that you didn't know until you arrived? I received over 900 responses to that question. Answers were all over the place, but there were actually 20 points that stood out. In this video, I'll tell you the 20 things people moving to Texas wish they would have known before they moved here. This is Jennifer Shannon with the Patty Turner Group at Keller Williams. Texas is seeing a big rush of people move in from out of state, whether it's the overall cost of living, the weather, and we're going to talk about that, or the politics. There are a bunch of reasons why people are deciding to move to Texas. When moving to a new place, there's only so much information you can get from Google and websites that are trying to sell you on an area. So I'm going to get real with you and tell you the top responses from over 900 answers to the question I asked my community. What do you wish you would have known before moving to Texas? Number 1, watering your foundation. Our soil moves a lot, and the key to avoiding foundation issues is to maintain a consistent moisture level in the soil around your foundation. Okay, so you don't exactly water your foundation, but we can get some really long, hot, dry weather spells. When that happens, the soil around your home will start to dry out and pull away from the foundation. Then it rains, and the soil swells and pushes against your foundation. So the best thing to do is to maintain the moisture level around your home so it's consistent, and this will reduce the amount of movement over time. The way we do this is with soaker hoses or landscape watering that's placed close enough to the home to water the ground next to the foundation. Number 2, allergies. We have 3 cities that rank on the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America's list of top 20 allergy capitals of 2021. McAllen ranks as the 4th worst, San Antonio as the 14th, and Dallas as the 19th. Texas had the highest number of major cities with the top allergy capital ratings. Ooh. Our long periods of warmer temperatures give plants more time to grow, and when the wind picks up, it moves all that pollen through the air and into our lungs. In fact, I remember reading in an article from D Magazine about this very issue. It actually talked about the allergies forcing a dining critic to move out of town. The article was from 2011, and at that time, Dallas ranked number 35 on AAFA's top allergy capitals list. And remember, I just told you we're now 19th, so things are not getting any better. So who will fare well in this environment? Well, allergists, of course. Number 3, tornadoes. In responses I received from my question, many people commented on the number of tornadoes we get as a big surprise. According to a 20-year annual tornado average compiled by NCEI, Texas does average the most tornadoes every year with 155. Kansas is behind us with 96. And tornadoes hit anywhere from rural farms to big cities. Check out the video I took of this tornado from December 26, 2015 that hit the DFW area. Once a month, we test our tornado sirens. If it's a regular Wednesday at noon and you hear a siren and think it might be an air raid approaching, nope, it's just our tornado siren testing. And if you've seen this meme, it's true. I don't know what it is about us, but if you tell us a tornado is coming, we will go outside to look. Remember that video I showed you about 2 seconds ago? Yeah, well, that was me walking outside after the alert on my phone went off to take shelter. I don't know what to tell you. We're just weird like that. Number 4, hailstorms. In addition to tornadoes, we get hailstorms. If you're a roofing company, Texas is a good place to be. Texas ranks number 1 in the number of hail claims with 977 claims from 2017 to 2019. This is why we're ranked as the 5th most expensive state in the country for home insurance. Number 5, crazy weather. Some call it bipolar. The joke is, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few hours. You can even experience all 4 seasons in 1 week here, and that could not have been truer than this year when we went from -2 degrees on February 16th to 81 degrees exactly 1 week later in Dallas-Fort Worth. Crazy. Number 6, how hot it gets. How hot does it get? It gets hot as a billy goat in a pepper patch, hot as a stolen tamale, hot as blue blazes, hot as a fur coat in Marfa. Those are just some of the ways we say hot in Texas. We did set a record in 2018 in Dallas and had a high of 112 degrees. That is rare though. In the summer, our highs are generally in the high 90s. The highest record temperature for Texas was set in 1936, and it was tied in 1994 for 120 degrees. Number 7, how cold it gets. In the winter, we can get into the 20s and even the high teens, but that is rare unless you're in the panhandle. Every few years, we might get snow. More than snow though, we get ice. And when that happens, whether ice or snow, the whole city shuts down for the most part. We just don't know how to drive in this stuff. On the bright side, we take advantage of every bit of a snow day that we're given, even if we don't have the right type of clothes to be outside in sub-freezing temperatures. It's so rare to have a snow day, we make do with what we have to enjoy it. Number 8, apparently, we're bad drivers. When I asked the question to this Facebook group, I had a huge number of responses about how bad us Texans are at driving. Not knowing any different, I wasn't sure how to take this information, but good old Google helped me out. And according to Insurify, Texas ranks number 10 in the states with the best drivers. That's not so bad, you guys. However, the report does point out that our rate of vehicle-related fatalities is greater than the national average. What brings us back up is the fact our percentage of drivers with speeding tickets or at-fault accidents are below the national average. Side note, if you're referring to our interstate roads, we just say the number. For example, you might say take the 30 and exit at the 75, whereas we say take 30 and exit 75. Number 9, fire ants. These little critters hail from South America and are not native to Texas. Regardless, they're here and they're not likely to go away. They now infest the eastern 2/3 of the state and some urban areas in western Texas. Number 10, mosquitoes. Dallas ranks number 6 in Orkin's top 50 mosquitoes list. Houston comes in at number 12, Austin 38, and San Antonio 47. Mosquitoes are pretty much year-round since our weather tends to be so warm. So if you decide to move here, I hope you like citronella. Number 11, how green it is. It surprised me that many people are surprised at how green it is in Texas. Growing up in Houston and living in the DFW area, I've always thought we're a green state. Sure, there are areas where lush green landscaping is sparse, like the plains and Big Bend country, but we also have the piney woods, prairies, and lakes. Number 12, high school football. If you have kids, Friday night high school football really is a big deal. It's like the whole school is involved. Halftime shows take a really long time. The band performs, you have a drill team, and the color guard. Oh, and the color guard throws things like rifles and sabers and catches them. They're fake, but it's a thing. Number 13, homecoming moms. Speaking of high school, another thing to know about if you have kids are homecoming moms. These things are out of control. There's one football game every season, that's the homecoming game. There's a school dance that follows on the next day. And these high school kids who have taken the saying, everything is bigger in Texas, they've taken it to a ridiculous level. These are fake flowers on steroids with more ribbon and trinkets than you can imagine. They have to be reinforced and worn with a big strap around your neck. Number 14, property taxes. Property taxes are high, but on the bright side, we do not have a state income tax. I made a whole video about taxes in Texas. Check that out to learn more about our taxes. Bottom line, because we don't have a state income tax, it's still more advantageous for many people to move to Texas. Number 15, barbecue. We know barbecue, and y'all, barbecue is not the same as grilling. Grilling is what you cook on a grill. Sure, you can throw some barbecue sauce on it, but that does not make it barbecue. Barbecue is a long, slow process that uses indirect heat generated from burning wood like pecan or mesquite to cook meat. In my humble opinion, brisket reigns supreme. Number 16, fixin' to. What am I talking about? Well, in Texas, we have a lot of different ways of saying things. We can talk fast and tend to merge words together to create our own. So take our phrase, fixin' to. It's what you say when you're about to do something like, I'm fixin' to go to the store. Do you need anything? And if you're in a hurry, you'll shorten it even more to fixin', as in, we're fixin' to be late. Go get your shoes on. Let's go. Number 17, gonna. This is when you're going to do something. Siri now recognizes it as a word and doesn't even attempt to make it proper on my phone when I'm talking to text. Coke. As in, if I wanted a flavored soda, I'm going to tell you that I want a Coke, but I intend for you to follow up with the question of what kind, to which I'll answer, a Dr. Pepper, please. So when you actually want a Coca-Cola brand Coke, don't be surprised when the server asks you to clarify your selection. Number 19, Tex-Mex. Oh, Tex-Mex, how I love thee. Tex-Mex is a type of cuisine that's a Texas's take on Mexican cuisine. So if you like quesadillas, nachos, and chili con queso, then you like Tex-Mex. We have so many options for Tex-Mex dining in Texas. It's like there's a restaurant almost on every corner. So who has the best? Well, now that's a question to ask if you want a heated debate. 20. We are hardcore about our Texas pride. We love our state and are proud when we can claim that we are born and raised in Texas. And if you're one of those folks who says you got here as fast as you could, well, we're happy to have you. So that's the list. If you're considering a move to Texas and have questions about what you should know before moving and buying a house here, just ask. You can call or text at 214-803-4444 or email me at jshannon@kw.com. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos about living here. So that's all I have for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.